How are you doing? My name is Lars Christensen, and welcome to the Ask Lars Live episode number 15. This is simply where I go through some of my emails, trying to add a little bit of Fusion 360 value to, hopefully, to you. Thumbs up if you like this, thumbs down. Now, I'm going to jump a little bit around in the questions because I want to start out with Mike's questions first of all. And that is about the new interface, about the UI inside of Fusion. That was launched earlier this week, and I know that some people have made some comments about this whole thing. What is this about? And all that. Now I'm going to show one thing first, and I'm going to come back in here a little bit more detailed. Be aware of that if you do go up to your name and you go to preferences, there is a way to turn on the old toolbar. So you click here, and then you have to restart Fusion, and then you are back to the old toolbar. However, as you can see, this option will only be available for a limited amount of time. A little pop-up comes over there when you hover over it, telling you that. But this is good. I appreciate that the Fusion team put this option in, because I have been in this situation in my life too, where you just got to go in and fix something quickly, and you get frustrated because the things have been changed, and why do we have to change this, and it's stupid, and all that stuff. So know that you go into preferences, you can turn it back to the old one for a limited time. I don't know how much limited is. I really don't have any idea. The Fusion team are, sometimes when they say limited, it's for a very long time. So, but if you are, I would switch over, just because at some point it's going to be the standard with the new UI. So I want to go in and show you some of the new things with the UI, just to help some of you guys who maybe haven't switched over. So I have been switching over on my videos for the last maybe month, 2 months. But some people have stayed on the old one, and now they're confused. So I want to show you what the biggest differences are. But I've also gotten a few emails from people saying, well, wait a minute. This now means that all your old videos are now old, and what are they thinking, and all this stuff. So I just want to give you my 2 cents. I should say, first of all, also, I do work for Autodesk. Let me make sure that I say that so nobody gets confused. So I do work for Autodesk, so my opinions are a little biased. I do not work on the Fusion team anymore, so I don't have all the insights, but I'm still great friends with all those guys and things like that. I am happy for changes. I know how frustrating it is for a user, specifically something like this. So on behalf of Autodesk, I apologize for the frustration. But I do think that a lot of the changes are actually good changes, just improving things. So I'm all for that, though that I understand anybody who's frustrated. From my personal aspect of being a guy who have made over 500 videos on YouTube now, and a lot of my I don't make any money on YouTube, but though I keep an eye on the subscriber count. So if you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate that. That makes me happy when you subscribe. I know a lot of you have, and I also know some of you guys haven't. But so what happens with my old videos? I'm going to redo them, and I am not going to do that right now. I just don't have the bandwidth. I don't, like I said, I don't work for the Fusion team anymore at Autodesk. I do other things with Inventor and other things. And this is literally a Saturday I'm recording this, so I do not have time to reshoot all those old videos. I have known this since I started using Fusion. I knew that, there was going to be changes. I knew that there was things that's going to be wrong with my videos. I have come to peace with that. So I will not, I'm shooting things in the new UI going forward, but I will not go back and do all videos. That is just really what it is. If somebody else want to do that, more than happy to do that. Now, let me jump in and just quickly show you. So Mike's specific question, let me address some of the things in there with that. So enough talking. That was almost 5 minutes, too much. So here is the new UI. Now what happened with the new UI was it actually also seems, at least in my case, it reset my original settings in here. So before I talk too much about the UI, let me just show you the 3 things that Lars changes, that I changes whenever my UI have been reset. And you can always reset your settings. If you go to your name, you go to your preferences where we were just before. I'm just going to reiterate, for a limited amount of time, you can switch back to the old UI if you want to. But there is a reset, restore defaults. So you can always restore back. Now, the things that I am personally changing in Fusion is I go down here to the grid and I turn off these snap to grid and layout grid. I don't like those. I switch those off. You can also switch this incremental move on. So when you're extruding things, if you don't want it to be incremental, you can turn that off too. So you can turn all that stuff off. And then I right click on the view cube up here, and I like to be on perspective with auto faces. Now this only sticks whenever you have saved a document, because it's actually got to be kind of like saved into your registry, I believe. So doing this live stream here, or this LarsLive here, I might have to do this a couple times. But this is the only things that I'm changing. Okay. So to start out by the biggest confusion that we're going to hit with this UI. Now, it has been in preview, so a lot of you guys are already familiar with it, but some guys are not. In the drop-down up here, they have kind of made this drop-down shorter. So one of the things you probably are looking for is the one that is called Model. Where is the Model workspace? The Model workspace has been renamed to Design. But then what they have done inside of the Design workspace is that they have combined what used to have its own menus out here. They have combined Patch, what they now call Surface, what is a good thing. They have combined the sheet metal used to have its own thing, is now also in here. And you can see that they are sitting right up here on top. So when you're looking for Design, that will be this Solids tab up here. Surfacing or Patch is here. Sheet metal, and then Tools, what is normally where we go to do like our 3D printing. Okay, so that's the biggest change that kind of like have happened with the new UI per se, is that the Model workspace, the Patch workspace have all been combined into the Design workspace. And I actually think that this makes a lot of sense. Mike's question specifically is that there used to be a bunch of light bulbs over here, had now been replaced with this, looks a little freaky eye in a sense. It does the exact same thing. If you click on the eyeball and there's not a line over it, then it will show up here. If you hit a line through it, then it will hide it, right? So if I go in, for example, on this top plane, if I turn it off there, then it will turn off. Now, Mike's question is, can I get the light bulbs back? Because it actually made it look easier to see. You cannot in the new workspace, as far as I'm aware. And also, just so you know, kind of like the background for this not the whole new UI, but that the eyes, and you will also see that the icons looks a little different than they did before. I know they're making some tweaks to the coloration of these, but this was actually not that you'd have to care. This has actually been a initiative across the whole Autodesk brand. So the icons are looking the same for all the different products. So AutoCAD, Inventor, Fusion, I don't know, whoever else, of all the 200 different products we have, to try to make sure that all the icons kind of look the same. That was an initiative that was done, and this is part of this initiative. So just so you understand that the Fusion team were the one who rolled out with a new UI that kind of like, crop things together within taking the Model workspace, the Patch workspace, sheet metal, and bring it all into Design, and then kind of give you those overall menus. But the look of the icons is actually abroad the whole company. Maybe that helps, maybe not. So you can't switch that around. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that you can switch back to the old UI. So if you have a Rush project, you're like, I'm not going to fight with this right now. Go to click on your name, your preferences. Go in and turn the old toolbar back on. You switch this. You got to close Fusion down, restart it again, and then you're back into that. One thing, and then I'll get back on my soapbox. One thing you might want to know that came out with this release also, that is a kind of a neat function that I am going to turn on. In design, if you click over here, there is now a scale entire sketch at first dimension. If I don't have it on, let me see if I can show you what it does and what it doesn't do. If we start up a sketch here, and I'm going to hit L for line, and I'm just going to draw a line out. Something that looks like this, maybe. Doesn't really matter. Let me just put a vertical constraint on here. If we place a dimension here, and let's make it like 160 millimeters. No, that didn't do it. Let's make it 300 millimeters. Let me see if I can do that again. 150. Okay, so you see how that when I changed this dimension, I had to model the sketch a little bit, but you've all probably tried this. Hang on. All right. So whenever you change the dimension like this, you see how the sketch kind of like cuts over itself. It crumbles over itself. Not really nice. You maybe have all tried that at some point when you're putting a dimension on. In the new function, I will be turning that design on. Scale entire sketch on first dimension. Check that on the design. Hit apply, hit OK. Because what it does is that now when I change this to 300, you see how it scaled the whole dimension up. So it didn't just move, and it only does it on the first one. So it will not do it on the rest. So if we make this one 400, now it's stuck there. But in the first dimension you're putting in, it just scales the whole thing up. And that will help that whenever you sketch something up, you put the first dimension on it, that it doesn't really crumble. So that's probably the only change that I will do to that. All right, this was about 12 minutes on this thing. I didn't want it to be becoming too long. I hope this was somewhat useful. It was even so long that my laptop here died, went up and locked. That just shows me that I talk too much. That was my opinion about. So again, just to round it up, you can switch it back into preferences. I'm okay with this. I know it's going to be a pain when you go back and look at all videos. I'm sorry on Autodesk behalves that this is happening. Way above my pay grades. I'm not even in the Fusion realm anyways. But again, I'm sorry for any frustration. I think it's good. Change. Hope you can live with that. Shoot me any other questions, Lars.Christensen@Autodesk.com, and I'll try to answer them on the next round of videos too. Just we can keep on beating around this bush a little bit if that is what people want. Okay, if you like this, thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay. Thumbs down. If you didn't like it, I'm just gonna assume that it was not my explanation, but it was because you don't like the new changes from Fusion. So if you really just don't like me, you gotta write it in the comments. Write the comments. I read all the comments.